A few days back, we randomly saw the 1.21 update go live when really no one expected it to, as we had just only gotten the 1.20 update a week prior, which ended up adding in all of the new content for Operation Apocalypse Z. But with both of these updates now in the past, next up we have the 1.22 update, which is going to be yet another massive patch that adds in a ton of new content for multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies as well. And with the end of the first half of Operation Apocalypse Z now just under 2 weeks away, we've got some brand new intel regarding what exactly our next major title update has in store for Black Ops 4. We've got a brand new mini event coming up, alongside some new DLC additions for multiplayer, a brand new mode over in Blackout, and even some new zombies surprises as well. So today we're taking a look at everything we know about the 1.22 update here in BO4. But before we go ahead and get into all of that, if you guys are new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. And of course, if you guys do enjoy this one, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into the upcoming 1.22 update and everything we know about it so far. So right off the bat, thanks to the countdown timer on the contraband screen, we know that Part 1 of Operation Apocalypse Z is coming to a close on Tuesday, August 6th. And right when that countdown hits 0, we're going to see Part 2 go live right away. And presumably, pending any surprise updates like the 1.21 patch, the 1.22 title update will accompany Part 2 of Apocalypse Z. Truthfully, the only other day when the 1.22 update could even go live would be Tuesday, July 30th, but with the Modern Warfare reveal event happening on August 1st, I highly doubt Black Ops 4 is going to be getting any major updates just 2 days prior to that, because honestly, they'd probably be gone with the wind the second Modern Warfare multiplayer shows up on stream. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Anyways, with an August 6th release date, the 1.22 update is still about a week and a half out. And while we don't know what exactly Part 2 is going to be called, we know it's going to play off of Operation Apocalypse Z in some way, shape, or form, since technically we will still be in Operation Apocalypse Z until September 3rd when Operation number 6 ends up going live. As you guys may remember, back in the Spectre Rising operation, we saw the Days of Summer mini event or mini operation go live, but that still fell under the greater Spectre Rising umbrella. So even though come August 6th we'll see a new mini event go live in-game, we are still going to be in Operation Apocalypse Z, so just keep that in mind. That said, we know that this new mini event is going to be themed around zombies in some way to stay on topic with Apocalypse Z, so for now I'm simply dubbing this event as the Aftermath event, and we'll refer to it as such for the remainder of this video. Now, the Aftermath event is going to be pretty big. Like I said, it is essentially a mini operation in and of itself, and it'll be adding new content to all 3 major modes within Black Ops 4. So let's break down what exactly we know is coming during Part 2 of Apocalypse Z and the 1.22 patch. In multiplayer, first and foremost, we've got a brand new free map coming up in the form of Jungle Flooded, which will be yet another variant map added into the rotation, much like Hacienda Twilight, Arsenal Sandstorm, so on and so forth there. Jungle Flooded is actually the first in-season update listed on the roadmap for Apocalypse Z, but seeing as we have not seen it released yet, and knowing that next week probably is not going to be too big for Black Ops 4 in general with all the Modern Warfare multiplayer stuff going down, the 1.22 update is the most likely scenario in which we will see the Jungle Flooded map added to the game. Also, just going off of the track record here, back in Spectre Rising we saw Hacienda Twilight go live with the Days of Summer event, so the Aftermath event is likely going to bring Jungle Flooded to the multiplayer map rotation. On top of that, I am also curious to see if we get another free surprise map, much like how we saw Grind added in with the Days of Summer event as well. We do know that we do have a loading screen for the Black Ops 3 DLC map called Splash in the in-game files right now, and up until this point, we have absolutely no idea why that file was added to the game a couple weeks back. That said, maybe we'll see Splash added in as a new free map with the Aftermath event too, but that is more so speculation. However, nonetheless, keep an eye out for that. Of course, one of the biggest updates we'll see added in with the 1.22 patch is going to be a brand new contraband stream, presumably comprised of another 40 tiers, much like part 1 of Apocalypse Z. And within these tiers, we'll see even more specialist outfits, various stickers and calling cards of course, and although my mock image of the event includes some new DLC weapons, I would say more than likely, these 40 new tiers will not include any physical weapons, but instead yet another ultra weapon bribe. Frankly, for the purpose of conveying content, that's why I put the DLC weapons in the tiers in the mock image, but at the end of the day, it is simply that, just a mock image. However, those weapons shown in that image are yet another part of the 1.22 title update, as we know that Operation Apocalypse Z has 3 more DLC weapons that have yet to be released. That being the M16 rifle, the Javelina AA-50 sniper rifle, and also the full stop sign melee weapon. Now, the M16 is going to be the ordinary weapon that we have seen time and again in the past, simply a 3-round burst tactical rifle with no operator mod available. However, it will have high caliber 2 as an attachment, and I could see that being pretty overpowered in all honesty. The Javelina AA-50 sniper rifle, I'm not gonna lie, looks a whole lot like the ballista from the teaser that we saw of it during the reveal trailer, and we know it is going to be a semi-auto rifle that is a one-shot to the head or the chest, and it will also have high cal 2 available as well, and much like the M16, it will not have an operator mod either, according to the leaked in-game files. Then the full stop melee is just simply going to be a stop sign knife reskin, really nothing too fancy there. Then lastly, for multiplayer, alongside the new DLC weapons that'll likely all be available within reserves, we'll probably see even more new reserve content added in too, in the form of some new weapon charms and probably some new weapon camos. Then, over in Blackout, a 100% confirmed update coming with the 1.22 patch is that of the brand new Pandemic mode, aka Infected. It is listed on the roadmap, and we saw it teased in the reveal trailer for Apocalypse Z originally, and just this past week, we saw Treyarch confirm that Pandemic will be coming with the second half of Operation Apocalypse Z, which of course, as we have discussed in this video, is launching in August. And we have some brand new details for the Pandemic mode as well, which pretty much just clarify how exactly the mode is going to work. Treyarch actually says that Pandemic is a large-scale fight-to-survive enemies and zombies. Like Infected in multiplayer, when players are eliminated, they return as zombies, looking to add more numbers to their horde. Infected players can respawn all the way up until the final collapse, where the remaining squads must bunker down and outlast the Pandemic, and the last squad of survivors will win the match. So essentially for the entire match, the lobby will remain full of 100 players or whatever the player cap ends up being, and when you eliminate an opponent or a squad, they then become infected. So not only will you end up fighting the infected players as they return, but you'll also have to deal with all the other squads on the map as well. So personally, I think this mode is going to be chaotic as can be, and I for one am very, very excited to get my hands on it. Also, while we are on the topic of game modes, little side note here, Ground War is coming back next week, so be on the lookout for that come next Tuesday. Aside from Pandemic though, the brand new motorcycle vehicle is also likely coming to the game with the 1.22 update, or shortly thereafter, and thanks to the roadmap, we also know that some brand new characters are coming too. And per the Call of Duty website, we actually know that Ted the bus driver is coming as a brand new Blackout character in the near future, so I would assume that is who is being referenced there. How exactly Ted is going to be introduced into the game, honestly your guess is as good as mine. I would assume reserves. However, we are going to have to wait and see there. Then, finally for the Blackout portion of the 1.22 update, we also have to consider how exactly the map might be changing with this update, as back with Days of Summer, we did see some minor map changes happen that were a bit more seasonal, but as we have already seen in this operation so far, the quote-unquote recovery of the zombie outbreak is already in effect as more light has bled through the clouds and the fog, getting us one step closer to normalcy, I suppose. So with that in mind, maybe we'll see even less fog and darkness on the map with the 1.22 update, or perhaps some of the damaged areas will actually be cleaned up. Once again, we're going to have to wait and see there, but I definitely am expecting some new map changes to come as a result of the 1.22 patch. Then wrapping things up for today, we've also got some zombies content that'll likely be coming with the 1.22 update. However, unlike multiplayer and Blackout, we don't have nearly as much to anticipate here. I'd say chances are we see the new duck and cover gauntlet for Alpha Omega released with the second half of Apocalypse Z, and seeing as new weapons are coming with Part 2 as well, I assume new weapons will also make their way into Zombies too. But as far as the remainder of the Zombies related updates go, that's really all we can predict as of right now. With all of that said though, that is effectively everything we know about the 1.22 update here in Black Ops 4. Of course, on top of all of this that we discussed here today, we're also going to see some back-end adjustments, maybe some gameplay tuning, and also some bug fixes, but that's not really stuff we're actually able to predict, so thus we can't really go too much into detail regarding all of that. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated, and it does really help the channel out. And of course, if you are brand new here and you like what you see and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, ranging from news to leaks to updates and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when I upload a new video. As always, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links can be found down in the description below. And once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.